Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today guys, we're going to be diving down into the world of Cardano to talk specifically about the price action of ADA. As we get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then do go ahead and subscribe. Tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you are going to be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Right, with all of that said, done, and out of the way, let's jump on down to the desktop and take a look at what is going on here with Cardano. Okay guys, we're really going to start things off with our hourly chart. We've had a good push with Bitcoin recently, so I thought there's a good opportunity to kind of review what's been going on here with with ADA, in reflection of what's been going on with BTC. So obviously we can see here we've been trading kind of sideways just down at this bottom. We found good area of support. Obviously we were talking about previously going down into this kind of lower range. I still think this is something that is on the horizon here, but until invalidated, which we haven't quite done yet. But this could potentially be on the move to invalidation. So we want to kind of keep an eye on that. Overall, we can see there's lots of kind of things going on here on our hourly chart. And I want to kind of acknowledge this ABC move down here with a small ABC up and then another ABC coming down. I won't draw all of these up, but just to give you an idea that we can make sure that we're in the right kind of ballpark when we start talking about this next move to the upside. Now, this is looking actually really interesting. It's quite choppy in itself. It's not impulsive, at least not directly. And we want to really kind of focus in on that because we want to keep an eye on any potential impulsive moves on the kind of smaller time frames and what they might actually mean in terms of a longer kind of push to the upside overall, right? Very important that we kind of keep a good, clear focus on that. So what we can do here is we can acknowledge a couple of things, right? And we have these pretty interesting kind of pullbacks here. And obviously with the overlap, it's not impulsive. So we've got a couple of options. We can really kind of measure some of these out, and we can look at this as an A wave. And if it goes up, then actually your C wave was here. So a little bit short, but again, that could be an A, B, and C move just here with an A, B, C coming down as well. That seems to be probably the most probable kind of outcome considering the position of the stochastic RSI. Alternatively, we can look at this as an entire A wave, although the wave counts would be a little bit off. And then obviously that looks like it's getting rejected from a 786, but the potential to go up to about $1.10. A lot of these things here, I think are quite a valid way of doing it, but my preferred method would be to effectively call this an ABC move. So we have a wave, a B wave, and a C wave, and then inside here what we actually appear to have is an A, a B, and a C coming down, and then I think this is an A wave in itself just here. And I don't think it's actually completed yet, so we can't exactly see where this is likely to get reversal. The stochastic RSI still has a bit of room to grow to the upside, and so has Bitcoin. So when we start thinking about where this is potentially going to go, we've got to kind of look at any potential areas of resistance. And there isn't a lot here on the chart, right? So when we actually kind of zoom back out a little bit, and the most probable area is going to probably be about there, actually. Let me grab hold of a horizontal ray, and we start thinking about here. So here we had a test of resistance, and it was also tested as support just here. We can see that we've had a couple of wicks of this resistance. So $1.09 seems to be an area that we might actually be pushing up to and then find rejection. And that rejection, effectively, what it will mean is a B wave coming back down. And that B wave coming down will allow us to kind of reaccumulate ahead of a C wave pushing further up. So on the charts here, let me kind of get into this. We'll just draw up a bit of an A wave up into this point. We'll look for a B wave pullback, and again we have another area of kind of support and resistance just in here. This would be a good area for a B wave pullback, and then a push up. Now if we were to measure this distance with our fibs and we move the fib over to our support level here, and we can see that this could potentially push up to 112. But the other thing I wanted to kind of do here is actually just measure this distance as well from the top to the bottom. And see this area here might actually come down a little bit lower in terms of a 618 retracement, which would be about down here somewhere. And that area could be an interesting point of retracement for ADA before a potential push. But I'll leave it on that support line for now, and I will remove this one. So we kind of get a bit of an idea that we're on a bit of an uptrend here. And if this turns impulsive, we'd have to push past $1.14.5, and then of course pushing up into a 1.618 would effectively $1.15. 7, right? And that would be a trigger in a fourth and a fifth wave from there to the upside. So on the smaller time frames, ADA is actually looking quite good. It's quite encouraging to see how Cardano has been kind of performing so far with this kind of bit of recovery. I think, we still have that potential for downside unless, of course, we actually start to see some kind of invalidation, but the invalidation points for Cardano are quite high. So for that to actually kind of come in, we have to obviously acknowledge those resistance and invalidation points, right? So on the chart here, that comes in all the way at the top here at $1.15.7. So for that to come in, we'd have to go past the worst 1.618 in an impulsive move or several moves up there, with a bit of choppy kind of ABC moves to the upside to take that out. But on the smaller time frames, everything for Cardano is actually looking pretty good. We have good progression to the upside at the moment. So a small pullback and then a push up is kind of what I'm expecting. Unless, of course, this A wave just continues to ride up without any form of correction, which is also very possible, but it's very dependent on what Bitcoin does. So if Bitcoin does continue to do what Bitcoin's been doing in the last few hours, then we should see a pretty rapid growth of most altcoins, including Cardano, and a lot more confidence coming back into the crypto space, which is obviously something that we all kind of want to see at this point. But there are going to be some fantastic opportunities should those opportunities arise within those pullbacks, which I do expect us to kind of find a few little opportunities in the data as well. What we'll do is just jump up into our daily, just kind of give this a bit of a review, so you can kind of see that bigger picture, right, as we have to talk about moving up and pulling potentially down into these lower ranges on the macro view. For this to kind of be invalidated, we have quite a long way to go. It's an all-time high kind of scenario. So we want to see a pretty good steady flow to the upside here, taking out some of these other key areas, right, such as the high point at 164, and definitely want to be pushing past the 786 at $2.19, for example. $2.19 was a lot of resistance for us. So on the bigger macro trend, although we've got some pretty interesting stuff going on here, it is still declining, and we should be aware, of what is required in order to really see Cardano fly on the kind of the larger time frames, right? So right now, obviously consolidating just down at the bottom here, after this real low wick coming down to 90 odd cent. So yeah, it's looking pretty encouraging for Cardano. I am going to leave the video there. I do think that there's some pretty interesting plays going on the smaller time frames. So if you have found it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you are going to be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With this said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.